Because I'm not your God, I'm not your doctor. I'm nobody's auntie. Just ask. Hello. It's time to ask FUNMI once again. Yes, it's called Ask FUNMI. So what are you asking me this week? I've got them right here. And I'm going to start with, let's see, who is this? It's sent anonymously via email. And the question is, what advice do you have for a gay man who has no desire for marriage or children, but who wants to age happily? Thank you. Go for it. Go on. Knock yourself out. Do it. Just live. Just do what works for you, what makes you happy. I don't know about getting married in places where gay marriage is banned, but just do it. Question 2, and this is from T Rankin at Afro7 from Twitter. I know this person. I know this. This is Tola. And she says, do you ever just want to wild out with a big smiley face? I don't know what you mean by wild out, Tola. I don't know what you mean by wild out. I don't know. Sometimes I think people think I may be a wild person because my views are considered quite liberal. Some people will say outrageous, but I am not wild as a person. I'm creatively experimental, but actually as a person, I'm pretty boring. And I do like it. I like books. I like food. I like to sit down at home. I'm a cat. I like to curl up, and I like to think, and I like to write, and I like to eat, and I like to dance. That is all. There's another question. This also came anonymously using the Ask FUNMI form. I'm going to tell you more about the form later. So this person says, would you consider having strippers at a bachelor or bachelorette party against feminist principles? Would you patronize a strip club or care if your partner did? Who says it's against feminist principles to have strippers at bachelor or bachelorette party? I mean, what is everything these days? Everybody just makes all kinds of interpretation of feminism. I mean, very, very simple. Feminism is just giving value to the ideas of women, the agency of women, femininity, womanhood, giving it value, giving it its deserved value. Every other thing is too wrenchy. You know, we have to stop policing behavior. You can't police people's behavior. So in terms of bachelor strippers at bachelor's parties, if you want to have a stripper at your party, why can't you have a stripper? Whether it's a bachelor's party or a bachelorette's party. I mean, that's not about feminism. That's just about personal preferences. Would you patronize a strip club or care if your partner did? I've been to a strip club before. You know, I only liked one in Ghana. That one was very cool because they were doing Afrobeats, dancing on the pole. I really liked that one. The one I went to somewhere in America, I can't remember, that one was boring. Would I care if my partner did? I don't care. He owns himself. He can do what he likes with himself. It doesn't take anything from our relationship and doesn't take anything from him. But back to the issue of feminism and, you know, stripping, prostitution and all of that, is that it only becomes problematic when the people are being abused. A person can choose to do what they like with their own body. They own their body. However, you know, if it's like people are being coerced, they're being forced into sexual slavery, then that's a problem. I mean, one of these days we should have a conversation about maybe the idea of legalizing prostitution and all of that, because that's a school of thought. But then as per feminism, it has nothing to do with feminism. A feminist can go to a strip club. Feminism is just asking that women be given equal agency to men, and the idea of the things we consider feminine to be given value. So if a man is behaving a certain way that's considered feminine, he shouldn't be castigated because he's being feminine, and vice versa and all of that. So let's not get it twisted, as they say. The next question is rather long. Okay, I'll read it slowly. Why do single parents / young ladies especially have to go through the pain of outcast? How can we convince this part of the world that we found ourselves in that mistakes happen every day and we still need true love, at least to help with the burden of being a single mother. Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Anyway, really appreciate the fighting spirit in you. Okay. I appreciate the fighting spirit in me too. Thank you. Okay, let's take it from the top. Why do single parents, then the person says young ladies? And obviously, this question is from Nigeria. It's also sent anonymously. I would like to say that we should leave young ladies alone. Just leave young women alone. This is not a crime to be a woman. It's not a crime to be young. As per single parent, I like that you called it single parent at the beginning, and then at the bottom you said single mother. Because at the beginning you were on the right track. Because anybody can be a single parent. My father was a single parent. My mother died when we were quite young. My father raised his 4 children by himself. I think I regard my father highly for taking care of us. My father would put us on his back. You know, my father used to back his children. My father used to cook. I saw my father cry. You know, that's a man. That's what I consider to be manly. The ability to nurture, to love, to protect in that way. So any parent can become single at any time, because you may be in a marriage today and unfortunately, God forbid, your partner dies. If you are left with your children, you are a single parent. If you know you are in a relationship and you have a child and the relationship doesn't work out, you are a single parent. If tomorrow you are married, if today you are married and tomorrow you are divorced and left with the child, each of you is a single parent. So the stigma on women and the children that they have is unconscious, is unconscionable, and should be thrown out of the world, should be thrown away, should be stupid thing. Also, a person can choose to be a single parent. Once again, I'm using the word parent carefully, because a man can choose to be a single parent. A woman can choose to be a single parent. It can be a choice. So it's not true that, oh, you know, I don't like this idea, this toga of victimhood that's put around single parenthood. Oh, we should pity them. Oh, we should love them. Oh, we should not cast them out. What rubbish. What rubbish. You know, anybody who is an adult person can take a decision to become a parent. Once they're a parent, they're a parent. Anybody, even the parent who is not present, is also a single parent. So, for example, if somebody has, a woman gets pregnant and the boyfriend decides, oh, I'm buggering off, he himself, wherever he's hiding, is a single parent. He's just an absent single parent, an irresponsible absent single parent. So let's remove the labels. Once we remove the labels, all these things become rather clear. That said, it's not easy to be a single parent. My father had a tough time raising us on his own until later on down the line. I think it was 7 years after my mother died that my father remarried. You know, so it wasn't easy, but he did it all those years. I mean, I'm a single parent. It's not easy, but I do it quite well. You know, one of the things that I agree with you is, you know, we should all come together to support one another, you know, with parenting. I have friends who are in marriages. I support them with their children. It's not easy to raise a child, whether married or unmarried, whether single or not. By the way, are there no famous single fathers these days? You know, men who have chosen to just have children and raise their children. Wait, hang on. Isn't DJ Khalid a single father? I hear a lot about Assad. Everybody knows that's the most famous baby in the world. I don't know about Assad's mommy. You know, of course, Assad has a mommy, but Assad's daddy DJ is on it. He's on it. You know, isn't Ronaldo a single father? Ronaldo is a single father. Isn't Ricky Martin a single father? Ricky Martin is a single father. Stop it with the stigma. Stop it. It's backward. It's pointless. It's not cool. Right. So, I think that's about it for this week. Should I take one more question? No, I'm out of time. I was quite enjoying that. All right. I'll see you again next week. But remember, ask for me. You can ask on Twitter. You can ask on Facebook. You can ask on Instagram. You know what? We've also got a form. Just in case you don't want anybody knowing it's you who's asking those questions, there's a form. You know, you can fill the form. The form is on all those platforms. I'm a foolish fool. So you can do that and ask for me, and I'll see you again next week. Bye now. So